and the quicker you will overcome that. So again, I came back to that night in 1989. This is really what has been keeping me going. If I have a bad day, I would ignore it as long as I don't have control over it. But if it is something I have control over with, I have to find some solution. You know, Lion the King, some of you might have watched Lion the King, and it was said in Kenya, they say, Hakuna Matata. When I have a problem, I would say, Hakuna Matata, no problem, I would overcome it. Anyway, I'm still a student, I'm doing my graduate studies. So when I'm struggling in the class, I know I have control over it. I can invest my time in this. I could stop watching American Idol and do my homework. I could stop watching Dancing with the Stars and do my homework. And even more interestingly, I like buffalo chicken wing. So what happens when I have a very challenging homework, in order to motivate myself, I would say I'm not going to order a buffalo chicken wing unless I finish my homework. So it really gives me the motivation to do the homework, and because I know if I order buffalo chicken wing before I do my homework, then I would be so excited. I would be lazy, would not go to bed. So I think the motivation then is no buffalo chicken, no homework, no buffalo chicken wing. So I think that is the motivation. So it gives me the energy, it gives me to focus. But if I don't have anything that I don't have control over with, I say, like I don't have control over, so no. So what I do, I just ignore it and then try to drive carefully. So at that refugee camp, I became so resilient. I got back my spirit that my parents taught me. I became friendly with everybody. Again, the United Nations started school in 1990, so I began school at the age of 13. And it was not just a school, it was just nothing less than a school. Because of the civil war in 1991, we had to run. These kids are not dead. This was some of us in 1992, in 1991. The socialist government in Ethiopia was overthrown, and the incoming government didn't want the refugees, so we were expelled at gunpoint. A lot of people dying, we were bombed, and we were taught to make a big hole, and when you hear a plane, like a bunker, so when you hear a plane coming, you right there, and the idea was when the bomb is dropped, then the particles, the debris that penetrate into bodies would jump over the hole, and if you are not fortunate to be in the hole at that particular time, the best option is to find cover, and you will be fine. So with that life, we ran into Kenya, and I came into Kenya. I participating in a drama club, in a soccer club, and that was to escape the hunger, because you eat only one meal a day. So whenever I feel the hunger, and when I'm not really have the thirst to read anymore, then I would put down my homework and I would go to play soccer. When I come back, I would be very tired, and then you eat only one meal a day. It's not really enough. But because with perseverance, with the attitude that my parents taught me, then I don't want to go back into that disillusional, being bitter. My parents said, you don't need to be bitter about life, because the more you're bitter, then the lesser you will overcome. That when you are bitter, when you have that sentiment, you need to choose hope and perseverance. So in this refugee camp, I was able to adapt the resilience, the hard work, and that was part of my life in a refugee camp, me watering okra. And when I talk in okra here, especially in the northeast USA, they don't understand, but I was in North Carolina, and I talk about okra, they understand. They understand what okra is. So my goal was to water okra, because there were not enough facilities, there were no school supplies. So I made up my mind, and I had small garden. I water my okra, I sold the produce, I buy the clothes, the school materials, and it helped me until I came here. And again, using my mom philosophy that all you need is your hard work, all you need is your friend. And the hard work that I did in that hard, really, I was in grade 6 in 96. So with the Lost Boys, in 2000, we were approached by the United States Department in conjunction with the United Nations, that because every year you American people, through your representative in the Congress, they decide to bring a certain number of refugees in the country. So in 2000, they determined a certain number of the refugees, and out of that number, 4,000 in number were given to the Lost Boys. And they say, we heard that there is a camp in Kenya, whereby there are young people they are just, they got stuck in a refugee camp. Peace was not coming to southern. It was just like a wilderness because there was no future, it was hopeless. So that we, the American people, went to give these young people opportunity to come. Previously, when we were running away from Ethiopia, they called us unaccompanied minor, kid without adults. So they decided, I think we need something very attractive to draw people's attentions and really fit the description, because we are a generation that has been deprived of the love from the family, of the care and all this, the kindness and everything that good that family bring. So they decided that they borrowed that from Peter Pan, the children in the movie who don't have their parents, they are orphans, and so they adapt that, the lost boy of Sudan, meaning that most of us lost their parent during the war. And when I went back in 2007, my parents died during the war. I was able to meet my two brothers and a sister, but not all lost boys. Some people, when they went back, their entire family was killed during the war. So they do not have what they call home. So they ending up coming to a refugee camp. So the process, we were allowed to come here by the US government in 2000. And because we are a generation that has been deprived of our parents, so we look up to our teachers, and with the teachers come wisdom. So with the wisdom you can use it. So every lost boy believed that education is his mother. Yeah, I went back to, snow. There is no snow. You see, coming, I never seen snow until I come. It was February 14. And I came to New York City, and when the plane was landing, you see the sugar on the ground. And I say, America is really a land of opportunity, a land of plenty. Here we have even the sugar on there. Yeah, when I see the plane landing in New York City, I say, wow, this is a land of opportunity. I think America now is a land of plenty, to the extent that we have sugar in the airport. That thing was ordering American food. So 4 days after I came here, one of my friends took me to Subway. And when I go to Subway, I order chicken teriyaki with sweet onion sauce. And when I went, I was asked that, Mr. Deng, what do you need on your stuff? What kind of bread? Wheat bread or Italian bread? So I choose wheat bread. The next step was when the sub was open, they were putting ingredients. So I was asked, what kind of cheese do I need on my sub? Do I need Italian, Swiss, or American? So I told her I need an African cheese. And she laughed. Yeah, that waitress laughed at me, and she said, no, Gabriel, there's no African cheese. So there is something wrong with those who make cheese here. We need to make African cheese so that people like me, when they came, they know. Computer, I never seen. Yeah, the last understanding. I'm still learning American English, because mostly the countries that were colonized by British, especially Eastern Africa, they use British curriculum, so their pronunciation their spelling is in English curriculum. So when I came here, I took Shakespeare in the community college. It was very hard. It was really very hard. Not even, it was written in 15th century ago, all this. So I was really struggling in the class, and I'm a student that I don't like C on my transcript. So I was really struggling in the class. I have a C+ by the midterm, and I'm a student that talked to professor. So I went to my professor. Her name is Dr. Kathy Porras. So I went to her and I said, you see, I think, what can I do in order to bump up my grade and get a good grade? She said, Gabriel, toward the end of the syllabus, if you read, then it say that toward the end of the semester, you will have a special project. You will present a special project to the class, to everybody. And if your special project, I know how hard you work. If your special project is really exceptionally good, as long as it is within the Shakespeare domain, then I would grade you of 1. I will give you that grade, and that would make me understand that you understand Shakespeare, or you understood Shakespeare. So I went back, and part of the book was